guys? So a little late vlog, but it is almost time for dinner, so I'm gonna get started with that. Peyton is with me out here in the kitchen, as is Thor, because somebody thinks he's getting dinner and his time is until 5. So I have Peyton playing ABC Mouse. We subscribed to it for the year, and it is really good. Usually our routine sometimes is before bed I'll let her play on it for like one learning path, and then I will read to her, and then she goes to bed. Or sometimes, like, you know, if I know she hasn't gotten to it lately just because we've been so busy with the basement, so I'm kind of letting her do that as I multitask in the kitchen here. So I'm going to cook spaghetti. I think I'm going to do meatballs with it, so I'll kind of take you guys along for my little spaghetti adventure. I think I have everything out that I use to make my meatballs. I was going to show you guys, our meatball recipe is fairly simple. Brandon and I are not big, like, off-the-wall eaters, so to speak. So, you know, we keep it pretty simple. And so earlier today, I thawed out our ground meat that we got. We get a lot of our ground meat from our local Sam's Club. It's like a big box store, so to speak. If you have a Costco's near you, it's basically the same concept. So I put 1 egg in already. So ground beef and egg, and then what I do is I actually take bread and wet it. I know this seems so weird to people. Kind of wring it out. It's kind of a weird consistency. And then I break it into small pieces in here. I don't know why this tastes so much better than just like using regular breadcrumbs, but to me it does. It's kind of the recipe that I grew up on. I don't know if it's poor man's way of making meatballs or not, but it's what we like. This is one of Brandon's favorites. So sometimes we'll just make meatball subs, and sometimes we'll have them with spaghetti. I do have on the burner a pan going with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of water, and I have a lid on it. I have that heating up so that when I make the meatballs, they'll go right in there. The water and the oil and then the lid help to cook the center. So I usually cook them low and kind of slow and steady, just because otherwise we get that like pink or red center, and we don't like that. We like them to be thoroughly cooked. Peyton is also a huge fan of these. And once again, if you hear background noise, it's ABC Mouse. She's playing, listening to some type of nursery rhyme. It's kind of good too. ABC Mouse kind of reminds me, like, oh yeah, we don't sing that rhyme, or we haven't read that book to her, or this or that. So it's kind of like an access that is almost like a lesson plan for you to guide through. She's already on, I think she's on preschool level 2. And some of the stuff is getting a little advanced. Keep in mind, she's only 2.5. But she still can, like, surprise me and learn things. They have, one of the things I really like is they'll have, like, 2 letters pop up. And they'll say, pick the letter Z. And there's an A and a Z. And you have to touch the Z, obviously, to get through to the next stage. She shocks me. She's starting to recognize letters. And today, earlier, we had went on a walk. And she started singing her ABCs for once, which picking up more and more on it. This is Pepper. No, Pepper's kind of empty. So Pepper, we use the pink salt. Big fans of it. And some garlic powder. I don't go too crazy with the garlic powder. It just depends on how much garlic you like. You could, you know, use some fresh garlic in it too if you really wanted to. So yeah, I don't know, it's probably gonna take a little bit more bread, but I'm going to show you guys that. And then once I get this all mixed up, I'll show you me cooking them. All right, so I got everything mixed up. I did end up adding a little bit of seasoned breadcrumbs mainly for the flavor, and then also this was not a lot of beef and it got a little too moist with the egg consistency. Usually I have a little bit more beef and it kind of absorbs that egg and makes everything stick together. So got my water boiling. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit in my pan. Remember, butter and olive oil are in there. And then you start making the meatballs. I know they don't look too appetizing right now. They do taste really good once they're cooked. I don't know if you can see Peyton back there. But she is eating her little pre-snack. She's been eating so much today. I think she's going through a growth spurt. Like, I fed her breakfast, and next thing I know, like 5 minutes later, she's like wanting more snacks. I've been trying to limit the snacks so she eats some real good food, so we'll see. So I'm gonna finish making these, let them cook up, and then we will go from there. No, don't touch that, that's hot. She's getting at the height now where it's scary for me. Our nods are on the back, luckily, but when I'm cooking, I always have to be very careful because she likes to reach up here, and she means no harm by it. She's just playing, but you know, she touched the wrong thing and did a pretty nasty burn on her. So, but, oh, side note, ABC Mouse is great. And I would suggest if you have a kid having trouble with speaking or an earlier kid, another app that we use with Peyton, she wasn't having trouble speaking, but I was just trying to get a jump on her talking, was called Speech. It's either Blub or Blob. And it was actually worth it. I wouldn't go crazy and buy a whole year just because I don't think there's enough content on there. And as a parent, it's kind of annoying because it repeats a lot. But with young kids, that repeating is what's key. And they have kids on there actually teaching it versus adults, which Peyton would just, you know, tune in better. Of course, she listens to kids better than me. So if you're having trouble with your kid talking, go with Speech Blob or Blob. If I remember, I will put a link to that in the description so that you guys can check it out for yourselves. So the meatballs are made. I'm trying to wash my hands off. Hate touching stuff after. And cooking. I got my water going for my spaghetti here. So yeah. So I'm gonna finish with this. I'm gonna let her keep playing. She's being really good and letting me get my stuff done. I know tonight we are planning on working on the basement again. We have a little bit more flooring to do, and then Brandon I think he's gonna patch some holes and stuff like that in his safe room so that he can sand it tomorrow morning and I can paint it after that. Big stuff. But it's coming along smoothly. So we will keep you guys posted with that. We have a bunch of videos on our Reno project. That's kind of the main thing going on in our lives right now. So it's kind of neat to see it all come together too. I think this weekend we will probably be setting in like the vanity and sink and the toilet so it'll actually start to look like a bathroom. But anyway, I'm going to finish up dinner and go from there. All right, Pay, how is it? How's your meatballs?
Good.
They're good?
Yeah.
And there's my plate. There's Brandon's plate. Oh yeah. It turned out pretty good.
Meatball-licious.
Brandon's favorite.
Whose favorite?
Yours.
Oh, really?
Isn't it?
I like it a lot. It's not my favorite.
Not your favorite? I thought you liked my meatballs the best.
Oh, I do like your meatballs the best.
Jeez. Way to spit in the cook's face.
Whoa.
So as you guys can see, we are outside. I brought Peyton out to swim in the pool before I go downstairs and work. I'm trying to Oh, okay. That's okay. There must be bugs on her water table. Okay. So, speaking of bugs, our pool is like littered with bugs, and I've gone around it with the thing several times. Thor is trying to check out my microphone. Doesn't know what it is. I have the windshield on it, and he's just sniffing away at it. I gotta take care of a bug crisis, and I'll be back. So, bug crisis averted. As I was saying, the bugs are really bad. I think it's because we are slowly but surely turning to fall here. And in fact, actually, Sunday will be our last hurrah for the pool, and then we'll be closing it down, which is kind of sad. I feel like summer went so quick. I have a pool cleaner going currently, and like I said, I keep wiping the top of the pool, skimming it, and there's just bugs after bugs after bugs. And apparently they like her water table too. So I'm out here with her, killing some time, giving her some one-on-one attention and just some activity time. And then we will both be heading downstairs eventually to help Brandon. He already started on the basement. We had our meatball dinner, which you guys saw, was so good. I cooked the meatballs perfect this time. Didn't overcook them, didn't undercook them.
It's right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you cute today?
No.
What's your name? Woo, your hands are like ice. So the pool water is 89. So our pool is heated, so don't get scared that she's like freezing out. Oh, she does this at night usually. This is like, she likes to get rides on mommy and daddy's back. Huh?
I want my ride, Mama.
Later tonight we'll do a ride, okay?
I do wait.
Yeah. You go snuggly and wet. Thank you. Ooh. So yeah, I'll try and get some footage of her out here. This is hyper mode. Welcome to toddler. Are you hyper? Oh, thank you. Are you hype? Can you say I'm hyper?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, can you say I'm hyper?
I'm hyper. Hyper.
Alrighty, we're downstairs. Little Miss is here. Puppy Thor's here. I'm gonna work on the floor. And Brandon's in here working on the last little bit of grout in the shower. I guess, whoa.
Hello.
I guess it's not going as smoothly as he thought it would. So, we're working again. Okay, pretty much done with the floor. There's a little section over here that I have to tediously trim in. Just gonna be a project I think I'm gonna save for tomorrow. We have about 2 boxes left of flooring, which is pretty good calculation. We'll probably open at least the second one, so we'll probably only have 1 box left, all said and done. Brandon's still working on this.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Okay. I'm running out of caulk. So, probably need 3 or 4 more bottles.
Oh, wow. So
Trying
yeah.
to get this portion done so possibly tomorrow I can get the toilet in place.
So right over here. Very cool.
Yeah, and I got, if you want to see in here, I got this whole bottom row all along here. Along the top of this, this is done, and running up and pretty much around the entire,
Except for there.
yeah, I stopped here, but like around this entire piece, all
I
of
see
this
that,
is
yeah.
all done.
See, these gaps are finally filled in.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's decent. It'll work.
Yeah. Function is the most important.
And this little girl, what have you been
I
up to?
noticed too, these vents are in place,
Oh, the vents are in.
and the supply grill is in place as well.
Like that. We're moving on up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say hard work?
I wait.
Okay, so we got our last piece of drywall installed on the outside here. We got our corner bead installed for the night. That rounded up the outside of the bath or the safe room. Got our last piece of trim above the door up here. And then you can follow me into the bathroom. I got switch plates installed. Another one down there. I got the clock receptacle installed for behind the mirror. So it's going to be a backlit lighted mirror. I got another switch plate installed. I got another down here. Show you guys. This piece right here installed so that I can connect the sink to it. And that's about it. Another productive day in the bathroom. Oh, right behind me. I put the cover on the exhaust fan. It's a pretty cool exhaust fan. It's got a humidifier or a humidity sensor, a motion sensor, and a timer all built in. So completely automatic. I can leave the switch on all the time, although I do have an override switch over here that I can use to turn it on and off. Okay, with that having been said, this sergeant's out.